Everybody, it's vanburman here and welcome back to my video. Today we're going to be looking at the 90s tag video that's been making the rounds apparently on YouTube within, well, it has hit my viewing, so that's quite good. So thanks to Interghost for tagging me in the comments, not in the main video. I see how close we are. No, I'm kidding. I think the thing was, probably wasn't sure whether I'd want to do it, but you know, I did get this tag from 18 months ago, very recently, so if I hit this one early, then I've not got to worry about it later on, which is quite a nice thought actually. So we're going to get started. So the first question, very easy one for me, although I must preface all my answers by the fact I was born in 1991. So all my answers will be based on what I grew up with, because, you know, in every sense of the word, you know, I am very much a 90s kid because, you know, when I was in primary school and what have you, you know, that's what I grew up with. So some of the stuff will not have started in the 90s, but it is what I enjoyed from back in that time. So there we go. So my favourite 90s cartoon, once again, this is not in the 90s, but it would be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoons. I believe they were released in 1984, but they were very much still on television when I was that age, and as far as I was concerned, they were being made there and then. And they were some of the best cartoons going, really, to be honest. I would rather watch them than anything else. You know, a few years ago I went through and watched all 181 episodes, I think it is, from start to finish. They do get like really freaky towards the end. But no, as a kid I was a massive fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've got my disc plate above my head. I've ducked down a little bit. That's really nice, and you know, I'm really keen on all that stuff. Still, it's just a shame none of the new stuff has been anywhere near as good in my opinion. So the second question number 2, is Sega or Nintendo? That's a very good question and a difficult one for me. I would say, you know, if I had to give you an answer from now, as in, you know, from 2000 onwards, I would say Sega. But if you're asking me before that, that'd be Nintendo. Had a Game Boy, loved Pokemon, and many of it, well, had some smaller games for the Game Boy, but none more prevalent than Pokemon. So for me, you know, I would have to give it to Nintendo for that period in history. I think they've done rather well, as Interghost mentioned, with the Switch, because I own one of them and I've been really enjoying it. But in terms of game creation, I am a much bigger fan of Sega. You know, they're very much involved with Football Manager franchise that I've loved, not so much nowadays, but you know, over the last 15 years, put more time into that game than any other. And they also are the publisher for the Total War franchise, which, granted, can be hit and miss. I'm looking at you, Total War Empire, but another series that I love, and I prefer those combined more than anything than that Nintendo has done. Just my personal preference, but if we're talking about the 90s, got to give that one to Nintendo. Congratulations, Nintendo. Biggest accolade you'll ever get. Favourite 90s video game? Now, this could be fairly controversial. No, not really. The character from the game just above me, not the remake, is a high contender, but it does fall short. And it falls short to Final Fantasy IX, which is my favourite game ever. So that one is the easiest. Came out on the PlayStation in 1999. Oof, I think. See, I should have done my research before the video, but yes, I remember getting it for my birthday, whichever year it came out, and I loved it, and I still love it now. And it's, you know, it's also a big bit of fan service to fans of Final Fantasy, you know, from previous games, and I just think it ties everything in quite nicely. And I would gladly go and play Final Fantasy IX again right now, if I had the time to invest that much in a game I've already played 7 or 8 times. Well, I can't just let it go there, can I? So, yeah, I'm going to have to pick a different game for my 90s one. And I guess if we're doing that, then I'm going to have to give it to Final Fantasy VII, which is the one I said I wouldn't. Not the remake, though. Not the remake. The original, obviously. Not fall into that trap again. But there you go. Favourite 90s comic. So, much like Interghost, I didn't really have comics, you know, other than, as he mentioned, you know, the Beano. Get the annual of that at Christmas. Same sort of thing. But no, you know, there just wasn't, comics were not really a big thing. I probably knew a handful of people at school that even, you know, sort of really read comics. And one of those guys read the Beano. So, yeah, I think the only sort of magazine thing I got at any point was the Horrible History stuff. But I don't even know if that was in the 90s. So, yeah, that one's a bit null and void, unfortunately, for me. I do own a couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics. They're more the newer ones, though. I should have got them out for this video, actually. But I've got 5 or 6 of them that, yeah, I fairly enjoyed, but I've never really been into comics. So, there you go. Favourite 90s wrestler? It's not difficult. It's The Rock. Always been one of my favourites since I used to watch wrestling loads as a kid. Since I've got older, my wrestling likes have changed. You know, I'd have a lot more respect for the guys that go out and do that than I maybe did previously. You know, people like The Undertaker garner a lot of respect, Goldust. You know, a lot of the more, or nowadays, old school guys that put themselves through through hell pretty much, and that extends to mankind as well. But for me, you know, The Rock, so charismatic on the mic, so charismatic in real life as well. He's a little bit nicer in real life than his persona, but yeah, you know, he was very much one of my wrestling heroes growing up. Absolutely top guy, and obviously the eyebrow as well. So favourite 90s song music video, that's easy. It's the same one, and it's my favourite song. Everything's from the 90s, and I actually have it on CD. And the cool thing about it is, if you put the CD into a computer, you can watch the music video, and it's brilliant. And that is Eiffel 65 with the song Blue. Smash hit, obviously. A lot of people have them down as a one-hit wonder. I will have you know, there are many albums that they've done, and I like most of their songs. It's just Europop trash, really. But yeah, you know, I think because it's one of those ones that, you know, garners a reaction. I think when you tell people that's your favourite song. But I can't get away from it. I really like it. I got it on vinyl as well. It's a nice blue vinyl that my dad got me. I think he got me the same time as he got me my record player, actually. I think that was a Christmas, I want to say. Christmas or birthday. And that was a good few years ago now. And yeah, you know, it's just a bit different, isn't it? And I could listen to it right now. There's also really good, FYI, very obscure internet knowledge coming to you now. Well, it's not on the internet, but me giving it to you through the internet, there's a very good remix of Blue by Eiffel 65 on the vinyl, on the B-side, I believe. And yeah, unless you've got the vinyl, it's probably, I don't think it's accessible any other way. So yeah, there you go. I've just told you about something you're going to really struggle to listen to if you in fact wanted to. And if you don't, then that's fine. And the last question on here, or on this list I've got anyway, is favourite live action TV show. Now, this one's a bit more difficult, I think, because, you know, it's like, I guess, you know, it could be like The Queen's Head or something like that, you know, a show that you liked watching that's not animated. And the first thing that came into my head, even though now I've started thinking about it a bit more, there were some other good ones, like the one with let's say The Queen's Nose. The Queen's Nose, and you've got the guy who can stop time, burning with his watch. They were good. But my favourite is actually the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, could also look at Kenan and Kel, I suppose, as well. But yeah, for me, I think the one I watched the most was Fresh Prince. Will Smith, classic. I don't think there's much more else to say other than that. Pretty easy one for me to pick. Now, had there been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action show, it would have been that. because I really enjoyed the films as well that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did. So I think they had a few cartoon sort of films which were like extended. I think they were just like extended episodes, basically, a bit like the Simpsons do. And then The Simpsons, by the way, was a really good pick into Ghost. I didn't think about that when I was, you know, because obviously the first thing that comes to my head is the Ninja Turtles. But they also did, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also did live action films that I really enjoyed. And if you've not seen them and you do like the Turtles, I would go and watch them, because they are a magnitude of 1,000 better than the piece of crap that Michael Bay made. You know, if I wanted Turtles that look like The Rock, no offence to The Rock, I love The Rock, but then I would go and watch that. But I don't. I like my turtles to be proportioned and look like turtles, and, you know, Shredder to actually be a threat and a bit unhinged. Whereas I just don't get the new films at all. Plus, the sewer subway thing was done really well in those live action films. I don't know if I can really say much. So I should have had I should have got out my comics, and I should have got out the vinyl and had all that stuff to show you. But I didn't plan ahead, and now that opportunity's gone. And I've already recorded 11 minutes of footage, so there's no way I'm going back to get that stuff out. But maybe in another video, we might talk about it. Probably not. So I suppose I'm meant to end this by tagging someone else. And I was looking through my subscription list, because I actually did some prep for this video, which was that, to work out who I'd want to tag. So it's a bit difficult because there's not a lot of people who I follow who are small enough to watch my video. That's the start. Make videos, of course, and are active, because, you know, the people I do follow and are small enough who I have interaction with, don't actually make videos anymore. You know, there's plenty of people I could tag. IR Totally Smart, I would love to get a video from him. YOLO Caboose, another person. Gator the Legend, you know. Even Cold Steel Games, that'd be a good one. But none of you guys will, I presume, will do a video. So it is a shame. I don't know. I suppose could always ask the Bomberman, but I'm guessing his answers may well be extremely similar to mine. But well, I don't know. maybe that's one for an alternative universe. So if any of those people who I've mentioned want to do one, that would be great. I would love to hear your answers on it, and I've really enjoyed actually doing this. Dave, if you want to do a video, if you want to do your first, I believe, I've not checked, your first YouTube video on this, then feel free, or give me the answers down below. That would also be good. I'd love to know what you think. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing it, and I'm definitely up for more tagged videos, if you want to call it that, in the future. Because, you know, it can be quite fun. This one was good, the last one was good, so yeah, let's keep it rolling. See you very soon. Bye for now.